So when I made that announcement video earlier this summer, I understood exactly what I wanted to do, but I didn't understand why. But on the way home from Anthrocon, listening to my queue of videos on YouTube, I encountered something that, no joke, answers everything. This is Chipflake. They are one of about 24 direct inspirations I cite for my entire YouTube channel being what it is now. And this video snowballed into a few different thought spirals, which I will now try to explain. The TLDR of this is I have no self-esteem, I am incapable of personally validating myself in ways I can truly believe, so I require constant validation. Else I grow fearful I f***ed up or let someone down. Hell, I've even said this outright at a new job. Say, hey, if I don't get validated with every single damn thing I do, I'm gonna think I fucked something up or pissed someone off. This alone explains why I was addicted to praise after every dance competition, why I would check every video of my performances to see the view counts and comments, and yeah, it's probably why I have an issue with searching my name to seeing what people are saying. I know I'm not the only person that does this, and I know quite a few bad apples get teased for doing this. But this wasn't for ego, this was for sustenance. Because anytime I tell myself that I'm worthy of things, that I'm capable of things, or that I'm good at things, it begins and ends at the utterance of the words. Nothing is gained, nothing is retained, nothing is believed, nothing changes. And what happens when you try to dilute your entire personality to fit everyone and be the person that nobody can hate? What happens when you guilt yourself into continually producing videos so people say more nice things, or because you've given yourself that expectation that you have to deliver? What happens when you constantly seek out validation from others for a prolonged period of time without being able to gain it from yourself? Well, I can tell you exactly what's happened to me over the last half decade or so here we go. The first thing that I noticed was I would start questioning my interest in things, trying to delude myself into not taking any breaks and continuing production. Now, the example for this that I'm using here is my YouTube videos, but this bled over into other things such as dancing and attending cons. There came a point about a decade ago where I asked myself, am I growing tired of furry conventions? This was about 6 or 7 years deep into my attendance of conventions, but the short answer to this is not really. Because to grow tired of conventions is to grow tired of community, and it's a lot more complex than just that. But over time, not understanding anything, especially towards the end of the 2010s when I felt I had achieved everything I wanted to achieve with winning a fursuit dance competition with a crew the same way I was inspired to all those years ago by the people I looked up to, I started feeling like cons were less something I looked forward to. Hell, back in the day, I would count down the days to the next con on my Twitter back in the mid-2010s. But in 2019, they started feeling like they were just in the way, a chore, a hassle, stressful, and not in a fun way. I started becoming more recluse, more detached from things, and after COVID, I noticed that I started feeling tired all the time. This got so bad, in fact, that I took a sleep study test for apnea. I changed medications, and I tried talking to a doctor on more than one occasion to try to pinpoint why I was always so exhausted. I was afraid it was just age. And with the detachment and lack of interest in things came irritability. Almost like I had logically concluded in my mind, I put in so much effort to be here, and now I gotta deal with this stupid question, as an example. Everything just required work. Even the littlest tasks felt heavier than usual in a way. And while at times things were easier, other days I would lay in bed for 2 or 3 hours before finding the energy to even get up out of it.
Leaderboard has one world record,
But every position tells a story. This is speedrunning. So relating this back to the videos, the final straw was the Spyro video. The first 80% of that process was downright miserable. I was coasting through it. But when I started putting together the emotional beats I wanted to hit and edited it the way I wanted, I became empowered. People needed to see it. This was going to be my channel's breakthrough that sent my videos into the 6-digit view count. The algorithm was going to work in my favor because I knew Summoning Salt's video would follow shortly after. I'm good at what I do and I deserve mass praise. And that's the problem. It wasn't about creation. I don't know how long it hadn't been about creation, but at some point it shifted to Just one more video will fix everything. Just one more dance will fix everything. And a more recent example for the last videos, you got animations now. One more video will surely fix it all now. But it won't. When heightened self-love and pride meets with non-existent self-esteem, you get non-stop productivity with massive expectations, but reality isn't too kind to just grant you that. And the aftermath of almost every video was disappointment, especially the ones I was prouder of. Man, I wasted 80, 90, 100 hours on this, I'd think. And this is what you get with a hustle culture economy, because I know I'm not alone with this. I know a lot of creators out here struggle with things like this. Just chasing the numbers and not chasing the joy of the process. And I truly hope someone finds this video just as I found Chips and realized that they too are not alone. We are just in a purgatory called massive psychological burnout. So this isn't supposed to take the wind out of anyone's sails or be a depressing video. If anything, it should be an empowering video. Because I felt like with this, I was given a map. I don't know where the destination is, and I don't know what I have to cross to get to the destination, but I feel like I have just been alone in the dark with a flashlight and don't even know where to start, and at least now I have a map. So with all this, what does the future look like for me and for this channel? I really don't know right now. While I did have a therapist up until recently, I'm going to be looking into a few different types of therapy specifically for self-esteem and self-empowerment, and learn how to just validate myself in a meaningful way where I don't have to seek it out. Hell, guys, I can't even tell you what my passions are if somebody was to ask, because there's always this voice in the back of my head telling me that you're making this up on the fly and you don't truly know what your passions are, because I've gotten so used to masking myself for everyone else just so they validate me and nobody can hate me. I can't even tell if the things that I love doing are truly what I love doing, or if I'm not just playing a role. Now, of course, I do have a video or two I genuinely want to make, and I genuinely do love making my music countdowns at the end of each year, as much of a bitch as they are to put together. So I don't see myself stopping outright, but at the end of the day, I want to find peace and be able to do things for the sheer joy, not because it's the only way I can tell myself that I'm not a useless piece of shit. Anyways, I just really wanted to share this with y'all and let y'all know what's going on. New videos eventually, hopefully, but as for now, I'll see y'all next time, and take it wheezy.